Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to Well with Mika, where we talk real wellness for your real life. I'm Mika, your cultural wellness ally, and today I just wanted to drop something quick, honest, and really important for your wellness journey. And that is changing your mind when you learn better. Okay? So, now let me give you some backstory, okay? A little story time here. So, my family and I were together. One of my family members mentioned that she uses agave all the time. And then when she said that, I said, "Oh, I don't use agave anymore because I learned that it has some negative health impact, right?" And then now another family member looks at me with the side eye, like, "Excuse me, you were the one saying that we should use agave back in the day." And that really hit me, okay? Because not only because she gave me the side eye, but it hit me because one of my biggest fears in being in this wellness space has always been steering people down the wrong path. I never ever want to do that. But the truth is, in health, in science, and in life, when we know better, we do better. And sometimes that ends up looking like what was going on here. Like, that's that you gave us wrong information before, and it's not that. It's that I got better information, so now I changed. So let me tell you exactly why I changed my stance on agave and what the research shows now. So first of all, let me be clear about why I recommended it in the first place. Back then, agave was marketed as having a low glycemic index, meaning it doesn't spike your blood sugar the way table sugar does. So for people managing blood sugar or looking for alternatives to refined sugar, that seemed like a real benefit. So my recommendation, it wasn't random. It was based on what seemed like solid information at the time. But since I've learned some new things, and this is why I personally stopped using it, it's specifically about how agave it is processed in the body, right? And I have to say this, I'm specifically talking about agave. This isn't about stevia, monk fruit, or any other alternatives, okay? This is about agave's high fructose content. So agave nectar can have 85 to 90% fructose, right? And that's actually more than high fructose corn syrup, the very thing that we are supposed to avoid. And that really stopped me in my tracks and made me say, hold on, wait a minute, okay? Agave itself, it hasn't been studied as deeply as we'd like, but we do have extensive research on what high fructose intake can do when it's a regular part of your diet. It can raise triglycerides, it can negatively affect your LDL cholesterol, it can contribute to fatty liver disease, and it can alter insulin sensitivity. So even though agave was marketed as the healthy sweetener, the science really doesn't support that claim. And once I dug into how the body actually processes the fructose, meaning primarily through the liver, unlike glucose, I said, hold on. Okay, it's time to update this approach, okay? These days, if I do use sweetener, it's something like maple syrup or a little honey, and not because they're any magic food or superfood, but because they're lower in fructose and still, they bring some trace minerals and antioxidants to the table. Nothing crazy, but it's a little something. But hear me now and hear me clearly, and I will say it again and again. Added sugar is still added sugar. Whether it's agave or maple syrup or honey, is added sugar. Okay? The bigger picture is always moderation. All right? Not really perfection, it's really knowing your dose and having moderation. Okay? If you can cut it all out, by all means cut it all out. That would be best. But if I know you like I think I know you, because I know me, okay? And I think I know you. I know you ain't cutting out all of it. So I want to give you an option. For the people that won't cut out all of it, I just want to make sure that you're using the best options. And if you still are going to choose to use whatever options are out there, just know what you're working with, okay? So here's how I want you to think about this kind of shift. Nutrition science is like driving with updated GPS. You might take one route today, and then tomorrow the GPS is going to get new traffic info and say, hey, there's a better route now, so take this road instead. You were wrong before. You were working with the best information available at the time. And science works the same way. It gets updated. We refine and adjust the route based on the better data, right? And so here's my promise to you. I will always update you when I get the science updates. That's the deal. You will get my perfectly imperfect self that comes with honesty, research, and as a guide who will stay on top of things as best she can and not be afraid to shift when it's the right thing to do. If I ever change my stance on something, it's not out of confusion or trendiness. It's because new, credible research has given me better information to guide you with. And that's what I think responsible wellness guidance looks like. So the bottom line is we were working with the best information available then, all right? I was. And now that I have better information about fructose metabolism and liver health and how that is shown in agave, now we're going to bring that to the table, all right? So if you've been using agave and you're wondering, hey, wait, hold on, should I switch? I want you to do what's right for you and your body and your life. If you want to keep using agave but use less of it or cut back on any sweetener overall, which is even better, go ahead and do it. The point here is we're going for informed progress. So you have the information now. You already know what sugar does to the body. You already know it's best to cut all of it out. But if you are the type that knows that you're also going to use something, you decide which one is best to use. You have the information. Do with it as you will, as you please. Okay? So, all right, beautiful people. Thank you for trusting me with your wellness journey. Until next time, as always, happy healthing. Peace.